Welcome back into another week of the League Weekly Series, your home for all things the League by Varsity All-Star presented by Corksicle. There is no shortage of action this time of year, and teams continue to take it up a notch at every single competition. This week, we're going to introduce you to a D2 gym owner with an incredible story of starting her gym from the ground up. We'll bring you a sneak peek into a story that is the definition of overcoming adversity, and we'll bring you a recap of some of the competitions that happened this past weekend. Let's dive right into all the latest news around the league. This week, we wanted to share with you a small snippet of an incredibly inspiring story that you can find soon on Varsity TV. 1 year ago, after the NCAA All-Star National Championship, an athlete on champion cheer heat received news she never imagined. A blood clot would cause her left leg to be amputated. But what if we told you just 1 year later she was back competing in the NCAA arena? Let's take a look.
When I think I can't do something hits me that it's like never gonna be the same. That I'm never gonna run or jump or dance or tumble the same again. And then I have to tell myself, no, you can.
All we're asking right now, and all y'all are asking right now, is be the best version of who you are.
It's the strength, the confidence, the mentality, and the energy to go out there and do the routine that we've been working so very hard for.
Let your efforts rise above your excuses!
Why aren't I landing this skill yet? Why aren't I doing it again? And I have to look back to where I was 6 months ago, where I could barely walk, where I was crutching around. And I have to see how far I've come in that short time. Your teammates are always going to be there for you to lift you up no matter what. And that's why I never had a fear that they were going to look at me differently. Now the outside world, that was a bit of a struggle to get over, but I have always felt comfortable in the gym.
Back, 3, over, 7.
No, you didn't get it. What'd you say? I was really scared that I would never be able to get back on the mat again. And I've had people tell me. There are people in the hospital that are like, yeah, you probably won't get back up to the same level you were at. And I had a PT tell me that I would never be able to tumble again. I'd like to see his face now.
Nobody thought what did happen was going to happen. We expected Brooke back the next week. A young lady her age doesn't go through what she went through normally. But I remember getting the call from Carrie, from her mom, in Chicago, and wow. And then the kids, we didn't want to tell the kids, we didn't want to tell the team before they went out. It was a roller coaster that weekend, I'll say that. We're thinking about her. We're like, wow, what is she going through? You know, it's so much bigger than just cheerleading at that point.
David, he came in and visited me at the hospital, and he's like, we have a spot for you. Whenever you're walking in, you're back on the mat.
We got your back. You know, when you're ready to come back, we're here. You know where to find us. We got you. And if you don't want to come back, we're still in your corner.
Stick with it. Give it your everything, because it'll give everything back to you. This is truly an amazing sport with amazing teams. It'll give you friends. It'll give you experiences. It'll give you the most amazing moments in life.
We want to introduce to you another program that is on the rise. Dream Athletics out of Pennsylvania. They've won D2 Summit Championships. They finished high in the inaugural season of the league last year, and they found their success by starting from the ground up. Dare to dream is something they like to say, and it's all thanks to their gym owner, Nadia Mullen, who had some pretty big dreams herself.
I can't believe it. It was really hard. I'm an immigrant, so I came here when I was 5 and 6 years old. We literally had nothing but our backpack. And we lived in an apartment with 1 bedroom, and there was 10 of us.
From the Dominican Republic to the United States, Nadia Mullen learned firsthand the lesson of hard work. But with hard work, good things can happen.
My son played football, and I was checking out the teams, the rec teams, and I said, I want to get in there. So we got in there, inner city type of program, build that up for a couple of years, and then we got to where we couldn't do anymore. So our next step was, well, let's try this All-Star and see how it goes.
It started from the ground up. From a rec team, to moving mats outside just to practice, to now 8 seasons of Dream Athletics, a widely successful cheer program with D2 Summit Championships, National Championships, and now the program's first ever Level 6 team.
We had families that didn't have much. I didn't have much. So we all started together and we grew together. And my biggest thing was just giving a place where it's a safe place for these kids and to see them grow and go off to college and be able to do things that a lot of us like myself weren't able to do. It's a blessing. And I got emotional about it, so.
It's definitely like a family. It's a warm, open space, whatever you need to, however you're feeling, however your day's going, it's open community, everyone, parents, athletes, coaches, anybody. Yeah, it's always so like close.
After Dream Athletics Blackout won back-to-back D2 Summit Championships, Mullen decided it was time to level up to the next challenge, making the program's first ever Level 6 team, Dream Athletics Havoc.
To have our first World team, these are my kids that started with me on rec, my son that's there with me as well, and just to see them right before they graduate hit that world stage, phenomenal. I'm so excited, so excited.
And at their first competition of the season, Havoc secured an at-large bid to the cheerleading worlds, showing that anything is possible with hard work.
It was so crazy, like we made it, like we're hanging with the big dogs now, like we deserve to be here. The work that we put in, we earned this spot.
And it's not about even winning, it's to be competitive and to show who you are and go out there and put the best that you can and let people know, small but mighty.
Thinking about the young Nadia who came to the U.S. with just a backpack. Current Nadia Mullen, a successful gym owner going into season 9, looks back with a humble spirit, hoping her athletes can keep pushing just like she did.
There's a lot of darkness, but at the end there is a light. Keep pushing, because it will come. It has to come from here. And when it does, it all just falls in place. Just keep working.
It's time now to recap yet another busy weekend full of competitions, and with the UCA All-Star National Championship now in the books, we know our Triple Crown winners for this season.
Yes, to become a Triple Crown winner, you have to take first place at Cheer Sport, NCAA All-Star, and UCA All-Star National Championship. So, who are our champions?
Yeah, so this season we have 5 teams earning the honor of being named a Triple Crown champion. So congratulations to Cheer Extreme Co-X, Cheer Extreme Youth Elite, Cheer Extreme Lady Lux, Cheer Extreme Love Spell, and all 4 Cheer Sirens.
And UCA All-Star was not the only event that we had this weekend. Out on the West Coast, we had Aloha Grand Nationals worth 500 points. Lots of big competition there in that Level 6 Senior Extra Small division. South Coast Cheer Fearless and the California All-Stars Vixens both hit 0 on day 2, but the California All-Stars Vixens did wind up breaking South Coast Cheer Fearless's undefeated streak by taking home first place in those 500 points.
That is such a fun division to watch. We've seen those 2 teams battle it out all season, so definitely one we're going to enjoy following the rest of the way as well. But it was a busy weekend out west. There was also the Pac West Grand Nationals worth 600 points. One team that really caught my eye was the Cheer Athletics Denver Lady Suns. What a fun visual routine. They have tumbling that comes through their stunts up to the front. They have a really cool scorpion fall transition out of their stunts. They also had the highest Level 6 score at Pac West this weekend. All season long, we've been bringing you the latest breakdowns of movement around the league leaderboards. And crazy enough, there's just about 4 weeks left of competitions with points up for grabs towards the league. So let's make every moment count and see who walks away as league champions. We're starting to see things start to slow down in the League 6 as a lot of these teams already have these points locked in. But jumping up to that first place spot is South Coast Cheer Fearless. They have 3,573 points. They earned 473 points from the Aloha Grand Nationals, but actually that allowed them to drop a lower score of 400 points that they earned earlier on in the season. Remember, it's your top 6 scores that count here for the League 6 and the League Regional races, so that's what's allowed them to jump up. In second, we have ATA Atomic. 3,548 points. They earned 574 points from a second place finish at the UCA All-Star National Championship. But aside from League 6, let's take a look at some more regional races. There was plenty of action out west, so we're going to take a look now at the D2 junior race in the west standings specifically. Holding on to this top spot, it's Desert Elite Mavericks Riot. They have 3,072 points, jumping up one spot to second place. After a second place finish from Pac West Grand Nationals, it's React Elite Junior Gold, 2,822 league points from 6 events. And in third place, they jumped up 8 spots. It's Serenity Athletics J Jules with 2,812 points. They have 6 events and they earned 500 points from a first place win at the Aloha Grand Nationals. Don't forget, you can always follow along by clicking on the standings tab on tv.varsity.com. You can find the League 6, the regional, and the national races.
There are still a few weeks left of competitions for teams to take the stage and earn points toward the League by Varsity All-Star, but now let's take a look at what you can earn this weekend. Out in Providence, Rhode Island, we are going to have Spirit Fest Grand Nationals worth 600 points. Also worth 600 points, we have K&M Grand Nationals out in Myrtle Beach.
And taking things over to Atlanta, we have the Athletic Championships Atlanta Nationals worth 500 points. Over in the Midwest, it's the Encore Lexington Showdown also for 500 points. And finishing things out west, it's the Cheer Sport Phoenix Classic, 400 points up for grabs there. You can also follow along by streaming some of these events on Varsity TV. That schedule can be found on tv.varsity.com on the schedule tab. That's all we have for you this week. Be sure to keep joining us every Thursday for all the latest news around the league.